Hello everybody and welcome to our Elder Scrolls Online Elsweyr live playthrough. This is day 7 of our playthrough, and as we let the game load in, we'll be picking up where we left off last time, which was we were working on crafting some runes. And that I said that I was going to do some research, and I did. I don't remember where I saved it though. Let me see if I can find that quick. And while I do that, I do have some news to update you guys on. Let's see. Aha. Excellent. I found it. Stay right there for a moment. Wow. Oh wait. Okay. I was doing some routine maintenance, actually swapping out the large gaming CPU cooler I had in our old gaming machine, and I was going to move it over to our Windows XP machine and reinstall the Intel Core 2 Extreme processor that I intended to put into it, and swap in the original one for the old gaming machine on that. And that portion went well. I was working on a video showing me doing it. The old gaming machine is up and running perfectly fine. But somewhere along the line, the motherboard in the Windows XP machine decided that it wanted to short out somewhere. Don't know how, don't know why. Doing some research on that particular board, a lot of people have had that issue, it appears, when that board was, even when that board was brand new. Them coming in dead on arrival or working for a few months and then exhibiting on the postcode indicator the dreaded FF fault found postcode. And I worked through several tutorials, several walkthroughs of, hey, this is how you fix the dreaded FF postcode on the NVIDIA N-Force 780i SLI motherboard. None of them worked. You know, I tried different power supplies. Excuse me. Tried different power supplies, taking the CMOS battery out, resetting the BIOS, pulling the BIOS chip out, trying different memory. You name it, I tried it. Nothing worked. Tried different memory slots, different memory in different memory slots. You know, different processor, because I've got a couple other Core 2 processors that are the LGA 775 socket. I even tried it where I ripped everything off the board. No memory, no CPU in the board, no BIOS battery, no BIOS chip, no graphics cards, no nothing. Board should have immediately posted, hey, I don't see anything, and beeped. It didn't. So, I have a new board on order. It won't be here, well, according to shipping, Monday. Hopefully, maybe sooner. But that does put a wrinkle in, because this Sunday we were supposed to play Age of Empires, the original one, on that machine. So I'm going to have to see what we're going to play instead, unless the board comes in early. But my other fear is with this board, Windows XP does not like... I mean, it completely hates when you change prime hardware in it. So I have a distinct feeling that I will put this new board in, hook everything back up, and it's going to blue screen because it goes, hey, I don't have drivers in Windows for this board. I don't know what's going on. I'm just going to blue screen and say, hey, something's wrong. Fix me. Which means I'm going to have to format and reinstall Windows on it. Which, okay, I've been having issues with the Media Server 2005 Windows XP staying activated, or knowing that it's activated. Every 30 days or so, it go to log in. It says, hey, you need to activate Windows. So I follow the steps to activate it, and it goes, hey, Windows is already activated, and get stuck in that loop. But I find there's ways to fix it, and I do that to get it up. So I think there's an issue with that install anyway. But the other downside to that is I will lose all my progress in Fallout 1, which means I won't be able to pick up where we left off with, because each time you start a new game in Fallout 1, from my experience, things go down a little differently. So that means our current playthrough of Fallout 1 I will archive as incomplete. All the videos will stay up. I'll still post the last 2 videos that I have for it and that, but we are going to be starting over from scratch Fallout 1 again. But before we do that, that'll probably be something that I work on later on, maybe early next year. We'll get back into that one, because I'm working on another series that I'm probably about 30% of the way through on collecting video. We've got Fallout 4 that I'm working on, which is going well. And soon we'll have newer games coming out that I'm going to be working on. And it sometimes is just a bit of a hassle to do the videos on the Windows XP machine. It's fighting to get it up, fighting to get the Elgato capture card and OBS to go, hey, there's a computer there, I can do that. But we will get back to all that either later this year or early into next year, depending on how many episodes or new series we're working on is actually going to be, how long it's going to take, and when I decide to start publishing those videos, if I'm going to publish them alongside the Fallout 4 videos, or if I'm going to alternate and do different things. I haven't been quite decided yet. That's weird that it went the screensaver. It shouldn't have. Sorry about that. I've been rambling too long. So we've got that. I still haven't decided on how I want to do for when the Elder Scrolls Online, that's what we're playing tonight. The Outer Worlds, when it comes out, if I'm going to do a live stream like I'm doing now with Elder Scrolls Online Elsweyr, or if I'm going to do a normal recorded series of a playthrough. I'm undecided. I'm also undecided if I'm going to give it a bit of a playthrough to begin with, to get used to it, or if I am going to just install it and have us go through the journey of playing the game for the very first time all together. That sounds probably like the best way to do it, but it's also a bit of a headache, being that, one, I'm not familiar with the game. It's a brand new game out. I don't know what glitches are going to be in it, if any. Ooh, there we go, runes. So, working on that. What else do we have coming up? FIFA 2020, that's coming out. I will be getting that one as well. But that's a Xbox One game that I'll be getting. And that one will more than likely be just a strictly live stream game that I will interweave in quite regularly into our mixer things. That way we don't have... Actually, maybe I should just do a career series in FIFA 2020. And then once we complete a career series in it, and actually there's no really completing... What's this? Interesting. We'll investigate that later. A career, because in the FIFA 2017 that I have, I completed a season and it just rolled into another season. So we'll play one career season together, fully live, dedicated, and then we'll sprinkle it into our other live streams as we go on into next year. What else do I have? I usually don't have notes or that much to say when we play on Wednesdays, but I figured I'd brief you all. I do have to get going on the slideshow video for the initial build of the Windows XP machine, now that it's going to be quite outdated and not accurate, being that hardware is changing.
Don't be sad, horse friend. Gordon will come home soon.
But I've already put the work into it, and at least it'll give you an idea of what my plan initially was for it. And I found a way to do better videos. That's what I was testing out while I was doing the cleaning and swap, was to see how the videos work. I get a little tinkering to do to the videos to make them just a little bit better. But we have a way to video it, so when I rebuild it, bigger, better, stronger than it ever was, we will have an actual video for it, a good, high quality video of it. And so you'll see, basically you'll get to see my process the way I intended to of me building how I build a computer. And then I may go make another video, because I don't think I really cover it in the slideshow presentation, of how and why I chose the parts that I chose. I'll have to go through my slideshow again and see if I actually did address that. If I did, great. If not, there will be another video. I may do another video anyway. I'll show you where I went to get the parts, how I did the research for the parts to figure out what will work with what, and how I made my informed decision on how I was going to build it. Okay, I guess that's enough rambling on about all that. So let us continue on and gather our runes. Actually, let me see if I have what we need to make what we need to make. What do we need to make again? We need to craft a trifling glyph of health. So let me head over to my sheet. Alright. So I'm gonna assume it's gonna add health. So we need one of them. Check our inventory. Let's see, I have them. And I need to find a extraction additive Jorah. Alright. Need to find a Jorah rune. First we need to find more rune stones. We may have to venture out past the city. When I was exploring, just when we were just wandering around doing the main quest, I found them everywhere. Now that I'm looking for them, they are nowhere to be found. Plant. Aha, there's one. Crap. Alright. Nope. Of course, now we're not going to be able to find the one that we need. Alright, we keep on the hunt. I'm hearing an echo. Ooh, what's this? Alright, where is my echo coming from? It's weird, I've got this... There's a delay between my sound and the game. Alright, I don't have double sound. Becomes too problematic, I may jump out of the live stream and see if I can figure out why the echo's going. Oh, another heartbeat. That will start to bug me. It's a good, like, 5-second delay. Maybe we can get through this live stream. It won't be too long of one since I started late. And I've got a few other things I want to work on as well. But I didn't want to leave you a Wednesday without it, being that I'm not publishing the rest of the week. I actually think it's the gaming PC, the Alienware, that needs to be restarted. It's been on a while. And I had difficulties getting it to connect to the streaming machine before I started the stream. And being that I was running late, I didn't do my normal before stream test to make sure everything was happily humming along. See if we got some rooms down here in this cave-like system. do. Not what we need. Not what I wanted. Hopefully it's just delayed on my end, not delayed on your end. If it is, I do apologize greatly. What in the world was that? I see another ring cache. Not what we need, but we'll take them. Aha, look at that, another one. Again, not what we needed. I'm looking for a very specific one. We'll explore that later. Thread. I wanted. Not what we needed. We're gonna get good at crafting everything, but we need what we need to craft for this quest. Aha, another one. Aha, we've got one. Perfect. Alright, back to our enchanting table we go. Let's see if we can make this work. I'll bring up my instructions again.
Behold divinity with your own eyes. Join us in the worship of Alkash. You cannot you have nothing to fear now. Alkash has returned.
Oops, I found the wall. So I get for trying to use two computers at once.
She to you all day long.
Alright. Let's see through our instructions. Alright. Let's make sure. Alright. Need that one. And for health, we need that one. And we can use them. And R. My inventory is full. Of course it is. That one. Alright. Should still be there.
Shora Oko Ta.
Alright. Finally. Alright, now we go talk to Daniel. There he is.
Craft a glyph using a rune of potency, essence, and aspect. Return when you have forged intent into form. You should attach it to an item so you can see the enchantment's effects. You are now certified to fulfill enchanting rites. May you unravel the secrets of Nirn. Your command of the crafts is impressive, but not yet in totality. I am still capable of instructing you.
Alright, let's work on our provisioning certification.
A provisioner condenses the essence of ingredients into food or drink. A true artist balances palate with nutrition. I can share this noble profession, but I can only certify one craft at a time. Understood?
Alright, we'll work on our last one and become through him to become a certified provisioner.
Provisioning is a rewarding yet grueling profession. Gruel, you see. I am capable of levity, on occasion. First, you'll need a recipe and some ingredients. Then you shall roast a pig.
Alright, you'll certify me if I roast a pig.
Yes, I hope you don't think it beneath you. As bards learn lyrics before singing them, provisioners must work from recipes. A recipe specifies volume, proportion, and preparation time. Understanding these principles is key.
Alright, very well. Where should I find a recipe?
I keep an old rival's recipe nearby. Go, find and memorize it. Return to me when you have done so.
Alright, where else can I find recipes?
Provisioners are quite secretive, but all is fair in brews and stews. Some provisioners hide recipes in old drawers or shelves, thinking themselves clever. Better to memorize the recipe. Then others cannot possibly learn your secrets.
Alright. Is there anywhere I can purchase recipes?
Should coin be of no issue to you, guilds often sell such items in their guild stores. You may also trade with an ally if they have any excess.
Alright, goodbye. Let's see. There we go, search Daniel's trunk. Above. And it looks like the game might be a little bit out of sync. But we are making our way through. Like I said earlier, for anyone joining us just now, if the audio and the game that seems, especially during the battles, if all that seems not synced, I do apologize. Alright, where is the trunk? Maybe it's back here. Archers. Is it in the guild building? It has to be. I wonder if it's not putting a notification on the door. But we'll find out. Alright, it is. Recipe for roasted pig. Alright, I'll learn the recipe. Inventory. Wonder where recipes go. There it is. Use. Alright, we have learned the recipe.
Roast pig is an easy recipe to learn, but difficult to master.
Alright, I learned the recipe. What's next?
Provisioners are only as good as their ingredients. The fewer the better. Simplicity of pairing is key. Now, go find ingredients for roast pig. If my stocks are empty, you should find what you need in town.
Alright, let's see. Yeah, search for supplies. Jumping pony. Wondering if it's also, there seems to be a lot of people in playing tonight. Maybe the server's just lagging a bit. Though I think that I would have thought that would have affected my gameplay. Alright, now we talk to Daniel. Oh, man, he's quick. He's jumping all over the map.
Once you return with the ingredients, we'll determine whether you know how to combine them.
I'm ready to try. I have them right here.
I've always believed the hunt for ingredients is its own reward.
I had a successful hunt. What's my next step?
Now, the moment of truth. Go to a cooking pot with your ingredients and follow the recipe. Return to me with the results, so your worth as a cook may be judged.
Alright. Where are we going?
There never ends, sleeping
Cooking fire.
in the dreaming deep.
Roast pig. Inventory is full. I should have known that. Alright, let's use that.
Vistas unfold before me now, sharing their secrets joyfully.
Okay, well, let me use it.
They're bright in hue, yet darkly dire. They warm me with softly glowing fire. They're bright in
What don't we
hue, yet
need?
darkly dire. They warm me with softly glowing fire.
Need something that gets consumed. Ah, there we go. Back and talk to Daniel and see how well we did.
Following all the gemstone birds.
Bring me your culinary creation so I might inspect it. I'll determine whether or not you deserve certification.
Alright, it's right here. Eat up.
Yearning to hear
Interesting scent. Do I detect a hint of Wamasu? No, that can't be right. Not how I do it, of course, but interesting enough to pass certification. You may now fulfill provisioning writs. Keep your pots warm and your ladle clean.
Okay.
You show promise in every discipline I certify. Perhaps you seek to challenge my position as thrice-accredited master craftsman. If so, Millenith offers blacksmith, clothier, and woodworking certification. I last saw her at the local Fighters Guild.
Alright, I have a few questions.
Certainly. Please specify.
How did you become a master crafter?
Decades ago, before all the trouble, I was a renowned chef in Cyrodiil. I had engaged an exclusive contract to provide the Mages Guild in their travels, providing food and drink that wouldn't spoil when carried through portals.
How did you learn enchanting and alchemy?
Broiling fish, forging glyphs, or mixing potions, it's all recipes and ingredients. I proved the theory when I joined the ranks of the Mages Guild. Mastered both crafts within 3 years. Not that I'm bragging.
Alright. Let me get the level up.
This song is a song. She'll sing it all day long. Love
We'll raise Magika by 1. I'm looking for E. Got 1 point. See what?
She'll steal 1,000 jewels. She'll even play her fool. Say you love her. Say you love her.
Alright.
Well, your father will never give his blessing to you, but let's be honest, dear. That's what you want to hear.
Let me know if you have some time. I can train and certify you in something else.
Alright, tell me more about blacksmith certification.
Prove you know your way around a forge and I'll certify you. But you have to commit. I can only train one discipline at a time.
Alright, let us get... I want to be certified as a blacksmith.
I want you to craft a simple iron dagger. First you'll mine some iron ore, then refine the ore into iron ingots. You'll use those ingots to make the dagger.
Alright, you'll certify me if I make an iron dagger.
Yes? You have to prove you know your way around a blacksmithing station. Those are the rules. For now, bring me an armload of iron ore. Once you're back, you'll refine them into iron ingots.
Alright, tell me where to find iron ore. We already have some, but...
There's a place outside of town which should still have some iron ore veins. Head there and mine it for yourself. Bring me 10 solid chunks of iron ore. If those veins are played out, you'll need to find iron ore on your own.
Alright, I'll return with the ore. I only have 6. Darn. Alright. We'll head back out and find some iron ore. Which, I need to get out of here again. That is not an exit. This city can be
There's
so
always more to
confusing.
do.
I think the audio's off for you guys watching too on YouTube. Alright, got anything close? 7, 8, 9. Depending on how many we get per ore, vein. Oh look, a room. I get 4. Alright. Parts of the delay are starting to get annoying, like that. I dismounted into a tree. Why is she in the Mages Guild?
You're back. I take it you found enough ore?
This should be enough iron ore.
Refining ore into ingots is a good way to build your muscles. Well, in one arm. Best to switch every now and then. Otherwise, you'll be lopsided.
I have iron ingots. What needs to be done now?
Go to the blacksmithing station and craft an iron dagger. Nothing fancy. You shouldn't need more than 2 iron ingots. Oh, and you'll need a style material. You can purchase them from any blacksmith, or scavenge them yourself if you're thrifty.
Alright, what's a style material?
Every race has a traditional material they work into their weapons and armor. For example, the Imperial style material is nickel. I should know. Every day in the Legion camps, I worked a pile of it.
What style material do I need?
The Khajiit style material is moonstone. Why not start with that?
Alright. Do I have moonstone? I don't know what I have. I got a lot of stuff. Materials. There we go. Got 10 iron ingots, 10 iron ore. Got pewter dust. Don't have moonstone. Let's see if we can find some. We are a Khajiit after all, so we might as well craft our dagger in their style. Go for a little swim. Take a little damage. That delayed splash. Don't concentrate on it, just keep playing.
When the 16 kingdoms of the seas.
These Khajiit blacksmiths, they have no respect for the craft. Makes me miss Cyrodiil something fierce. At least there I worked among equals.
Alright, we want a moonstone. That will be fine. Creation. Alright. We want a dagger. Alright, so we've got our iron ingot, we've got our Khajiit moonstone. We don't need a trait. And let us
Craft an iron dagger. You'll need some iron ingots and a style material. You can buy those from any blacksmith if you can't find them yourself.
Alright, I have it right here.
The trick is the style material, but I'm sure you know that.
I figured it out. What more would you have me do?
Next is deconstruction. You learn a lot when you break something into parts, even more so when it's someone else's work. Go deconstruct your dagger, or anything else really, as long as you do it at a blacksmithing station.
Alright. We are going to deconstruct. Let's see. Aha.
You certainly know your way around a forge. You're a blacksmith, and let none tell you otherwise.
Alright, I'm ready to be certified as a blacksmith.
Of course. I'll get you certified right away so you can fulfill blacksmith crafting writs immediately. Let me know if you have some time. I can train and certify you in something else.
Alright, I'm interested in woodworking certification.
A good woodworker sees the final product before cutting the first block of wood. But I can't teach two crafts at once. If you commit yourself to the training, I'll certify you.
Alright, I want to be certified as a woodworker.
I want to know if you can craft a maple bow. First, go harvest some rough maple. You'll refine it into sanded maple at a woodworking station. Last, you'll take the sanded maple and turn it into a maple bow.
Alright, you'll certify me if I craft a maple bow.
Absolutely. Bows are challenging to craft. Show me you're up to the challenge and I'll happily certify you. But first, go get me a bundle of rough maple.
Alright, where can I find rough maple?
There's a place nearby which should have what you need. Collect an armload and return here. If there's not enough, you'll need to search for more.
Alright, I'll return with the maple. Other places. Alright. See if there's some over here where we don't have to deal with. Game is getting kind of squirrely. I think it's actually the game. I don't think it is the computer that's throwing the audio off. Alright, we've got 8 out of 10. Find one more. It's below, of course.
next time I'm in the field, I think I'll
Look for
bring a
rough
great
maple in
warhammer.
forested areas. Sometimes you'll see logs washed up on beaches.
I have the maple right here.
You should avoid cutting a rough maple log with a wasp nest inside. It's rather unpleasant. So are the lotions you'll need for the stings.
Alright, what's my next step?
Bring the rough maple to a woodworking station. As long as you have enough, you can refine it into sanded maple. Return to me when you've done that, and we'll talk about crafting a maple bow.
Alright, is there anywhere else I can get sanded maple?
If you're in a guild, check the guild stores. They often have raw materials and refined goods for sale. Of course, you can always trade with a friend.
Alright, let's find a woodworking station. Oh, why do I keep going up the stairs? Where is she? There she is.
Bring some rough maple to a woodworking station and refine it into sanded maple. It's easy work.
You're right, it was easy.
I prefer to work with maple. It's reliable, plentiful, rarely full of wasps.
I have the sanded maple, what do we do next?
Craft a maple bow at a woodworking station. You'll need sanded maple, also a style material. Scavenge them yourself or buy a style material from a carpenter.
Alright, what is a style material?
Every race has a traditional material they work into their weapons and armor. For example, the Imperial style material is nickel. I should know. Every day in the Legion camps, I worked a pile of it.
Alright, what style material do I need? Moonstone.
The Khajiit style material is moonstone. Why not start with that?
Alright, I should have guessed that. Buy another moonstone.
I have traveled all of Elsweyr to learn the skill of carpentry. You know what works best? Open ears and an open mind.
Alright, let's go to the store. Moonstone. Alright, we are going to craft a maple bow.
Craft a maple bow. Bring some sanded maple to a woodworking station, as well as a style material. Carpenters sell them if you can't find any yourself.
Alright, I have the bow right here.
A good bow will get you far in life. Making good bows will get you farther.
Alright, I'm ready for the next step.
Excellent! Now we can talk about deconstruction. You grow as a woodworker when you disassemble your own creations, even more so with someone else's work. Head to a woodworking station and deconstruct your bow, or any other crafted wood.
Alright, so let us go find... I'm sure I've got something in my inventory I don't need. Construct. See, something that's not worth. What is our cheapest thing? That was my bow. 22. Need 2 open inventory slots. Okay. What can we get rid of? Alright, let's...
I've seen everything I need to see. You're a fine woodworker with a steady hand.
Alright, I'm ready to be certified as a woodworker.
Certainly. You're more than qualified to fulfill woodworking crafting writs. I'll certify you immediately.
Alright.
There's only one more certification I can provide. If you need training, I have time.
Alright, I'd like to know more about clother certification.
If you convince me you know how to use a needle and thread, I'll certify you. However, you must commit. I can't certify 2 things at once.
Alright, I want to be certified as a clother.
Show me you can craft a pair of homespun gloves. First, you'll collect some raw jute, then return here and refine it. Finally, you'll use refined jute to make the gloves.
Alright, you'll certify me if I craft homespun gloves.
Of course. It was the first trade I studied. I'm happy to certify anyone familiar with a clothing station. Now run forth and bring me a pile of raw jute.
Alright, where can I find raw jute?
I spotted some raw jute growing on the outskirts of town. You might as well harvest it yourself. Should that not be enough, you'll have to search elsewhere.
Alright, I'll return with the jute. I have 3 of 10. Not the way I want to go. I'll eventually learn the layout of the city.
Such grassy areas in the wilderness for raw jute. You should find enough if you look around.
I have the jute here.
Raw jute is plentiful if you know where to look. Just don't chew on it. It can really do a number on your... Well, just don't chew on it.
Alright, I'll remember that. What should I do next?
Take the raw jute to a clothing station. If you have enough, you can easily refine it. Bring refined jute to me when you're done, and then you'll make some homespun gloves.
Alright, and I'm sure we can buy refined jute from a guild store, so I am not even going to ask again. Swim. Sounds like she dies when she hits the water. Yes, I think it's the game because it took a while for it to pop up. The markers at the top of the map for the clothing station. Alright. Add. Refine. Excellent.
Before you make the gloves, you need to bring raw jute to a clothing station and refine it.
Alright, I'm done. The refining process was simple.
When I'm refining jute, I sing to help pass the time. Not too loud. I don't want to disturb the other clothiers.
Alright, I have refined jute. What do I do with it?
Head to the clothing station and craft a pair of homespun gloves. You shouldn't need much refined jute. Don't forget the style material. You can purchase them from any clothier or scavenge them yourself.
I'm going to take a wild guess and say the Khajiit one is Moonstone.
Sharazur has received many fine proposals from many fine Khajiit, but this one's true love will always be the clothing he creates.
Okay, store. Buy a Moonstone. Oops. Going to create. We've got refined jute. We've got the Moonstone. Craft. No, not the robe. Arg. One additional. My gosh, darn it. That because we can't use it. Anything that we can't use right away. Alright, freed up space. And that. I got my dude back. I need more jute. Done it. Done it, done it, done it. Alright.
No one in Rimen is quite...
I'm gonna buy a Moonstone. Alright, we've got our Moonstone. And we need more jute. I think. Yes. Alright. Crud. That didn't go as planned, but that's what I get for not paying attention. It's okay, it drags this out a little bit. I think once we complete this, the closer certification, I am probably going to call it a night, because this game is starting to get a little squiggy, laggy, and the non-synced sound is starting to really irritate me. Now I won't be able to find jute. Butterfly. Nope, that's not it. Torch bug. Ay, I'm not gonna be able to find it. Maybe I've got some clothing that I don't need that I can deconstruct. We'll spend another hour or more searching for the plants. Let's see, what don't we need? I am not going to find. That's probably going to be rawhide. I am missing one. And I've got nothing left to scrap. water. Alright. I think we'll leave it here. And we'll pick up next Wednesday with switching down more Jute. Hopefully the servers will be more cooperative and less laggy, and we'll have less audio issues. I'll be sure to test it before I go live next time. So until then, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope everybody had a great night. I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope you guys have a enjoyable rest of your week. I will see you here back on Sunday for our weekly live stream, which, depending on when the new motherboard comes in and how unhappy Windows XP is, we will either be playing Age of Empires, excuse me, or we will be playing, let's see, what haven't we played in a while? Got Star Trek Online coming up. Maybe we'll do some Fallout 76 if I don't have it back up and running. We haven't played that one in a while. And I don't see it on our schedule again until September 1st. So it's either going to be Age of Empires or it's going to be Fallout 76, depending on the computer. I may actually, tomorrow, I think I have them completed. The last 2 Fallout 1 videos I may upload this weekend, just to get them out there so I can create a new archive folder for them, being that I'm 90% sure that I'm going to have to reinstall Windows XP on the machine, and we're going to have to start the game all over again. This time, though, I'm going to follow one of the walkthroughs that I found online. That way we can follow it step by step all the way through. We won't miss anything. We'll pretty much do everything in order, unlike the current playthrough, where we run into some issues. But that'll all depend on when the new motherboard comes in. If XP goes, oh, okay, yeah, this is the same driver as everything, you're good to go. If it does that, then we'll continue to muddle our way through our very messy Fallout 1 playthrough. If it's very unhappy, then we will start over fresh and have a more defined game plan on playing the game. And we'll get through it. It'll be more enjoyable, easier to do. And I will continue. I'm continuing working on our Fallout 4 videos. I've got more content. I believe I finished editing all the content that I had stockpiled, so I'm going to jump back into the game and stockpile a whole bunch more videos to work on. As I said earlier, I'm roughly 30% of the way through our new series that we're going to be airing shortly to replace Fallout 1. I will announce that game next week. Hopefully I'll have more than over 50% of it done. According to the save percent statistics, it says roughly 33%, but I know there are some areas that I haven't completely finished. I haven't gathered all the things that you can gather, so I'm sure I'm more than 33% of the way through the game. But I'm working on that. Working on Fallout 4. I'm working on the build presentation video for the Windows XP machine and comparing it to all the other computers. I am working on what's going to end up being a 2-part video of the CPU cooler swap between the old gaming machine and the Windows XP machine. Part 2 of that's going to be the setting up of the new board, installing the new cooler on that, and setting that up. Why does this keep going to screensaver? Yeah, I think it's a mix of the Elder Scrolls servers. This computer's being odd because it's not noticing that I'm in game and it's not supposed to go to sleep and all that. So with that being said, have a great night, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all here on Sunday, and as always, keep on gaming.